Okay. Hi friends, this is Marcus from S Metaphysics and good day to you. So today we're gonna have some fun talking a bit about that topic, okay? Which is what types of Feng Shui influences your academics and your growth. So meanwhile, anybody down here, I don't know who you are, just pop in, say a hi so that I can see that you are there. It's good to have some interactions so that we can make these sessions more fun. Okay. After all, it's a Saturday. Well, in Singapore time, Saturday evening. So if you're around, pop in, say a hi, and let's see who do we have. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So today's topic is going to be about Feng Shui influence over academics and growth. I am not able to see, so can you help me open up? Okay. So if you're around, just pop in, say a hi. Let's see who are here. Okay, so basically I'm Marcus from S Metaphysics. So today's topic mainly we are going to explore because I Ching has been around for so long. I Ching has been around for so long. So and with I Ching being around for so long, something must be workable lah. And part of the context, I Ching has spread over to several schools, 八字, Qi Feng Shui. Yeah, the list goes on. All right. Hi, Chameleon. Nice to have you around. Okay, who else do we have? Pop in, say a hi lah. Okay, so that I know that I'm not lonely lah. And give me some love. Hi, pop in. All right. Okay, so let's give one more minute while waiting for our friends. Anybody here or not? Hey, you're all so shy. Come. Say hi, hello. Okay. Hey, who's the first time seeing me? First time joining me? Type 0. If you're familiar, if this is not the first time you're seeing me, type a 1. First time joining, first time seeing me, type a 0. If this is not our first time meeting one another online, then type a 1. Okay, Augustine, I know you. Okay, you're a very nice guy. All right. Okay, so today's topic, you see, in life, it is all about growth, all about growing, and how to, while growing, achieve what we want in life. All right. So, and the key thing about this whole episode of growing is really just this. Since baby time until the time where we are little kids trying to toddle, roll around, crawl around, then start walking, start running until we get ourselves, well, learn from schools, get ourselves educated, went through the teenagers stage, and apparently we went for some, like in Singapore, we went through armies. For some countries, they also went through that stage where it starts to enter into universities, then grow, then work, and as we move, we grow old. So every single second, we went through what? Maturing, getting better, learning more stuff for survival. That's the key part. And everybody went through education. You agree with me, no? Everybody needs to went through education, some form or another. So as we went through education, well, do you agree with me that the environment you are in affects the kind of education, the rate of your education, the kind of exposure you are into? If you agree with me, type a yes. The environment you are in. When I say the environment, it means this. Imagine the left hand side is a rural village. The right hand side is actually a city. And you, I'm not saying which are better. I'm just saying the exposure, the facilitation of a learning. Different environment gives you different types of learning. If you agree with me, type a yes. If you don't know what I'm saying, look at this picture. This picture says one thing. If in a village, students are going through classroom that are in that situation, tables, blackboards. My time, when I was young, in my primary school, yes, we are using blackboard and chalks. and when the teacher was in a foul mood, he just throw the chalk at you. All right. So and the powders are everywhere. People are coughing, but it's fun to just clean and just it's very ancient world. It's not ancient, primitive. Okay, yeah. So that was a fun time. And well, in other more not so well-to-do countries, in the especially those who are developing or in the rural areas of many countries, yeah, this sight is common. I've been through orphanage homes at overseas, and while I was doing my volunteering, this kind of environment is a exact scenario where the students are uh, uh, in that kind of environment. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but definitely compared to the one at the right hand side, the one that's down here, where many schools nowadays we have laptops, projectors, air conditioned, and we get access to internet. These two are very vastly apart. Okay, and it gives people a, how should I put it up? The environment of where we are exposed, where we live, plays a part in our growing journey. Where we live plays a big part on our growing journey, especially when we are going through our primary school education, secondary school, high schools. So it is very clear cut. So are we agreeable? Are we agreeable that where we live, the country, let's say, plays a part in our growing journey? Type a yes if you agrees with me. Type a yes if you agrees with me. Come. Let this be an interactive session. Oh, it's so boring. I'm the one talking. I don't know your response. I'm only the one yada yada down here. Then it's no fun for me also. Okay, come. If you agree with me, where you live plays a part in your growing journey. Yes, you type a yes. If you say no, type a no. Alright. Alright, Margaret say yes. Who else? Hey, the rest are all like Sunday already, y'all. Okay, so it is a fact. Okay, and as we know, where we live plays a part. My another statement will be our surrounding plays a part. Our surrounding will instill us the kind of support, fundamentals, the foundation, the facilitation in helping us to grow, whether in a faster rate and what kind of learning, and are we able to learn it in a very comfortable environment, or it's going to be a very harsh environment. Are we able to access to internet, which is pretty important nowadays? So the environment is very, very important. All right, so I call it the chi around us. The chi in the ancient time, yeah, okay, let's put it this way. Modern day now, the current situation, the current culture, what is the best available way of doing something so that it can be supportive of what we are seeking or objective? That's called a learning environment. Okay, it can be a culture, a situation. What is the best available way of doing something so that we are able to find supportive means of seeking, supporting, help us to reach our goals? But that is the current way of saying the layman term. The olden days, they say it this way: based on heaven, earth, and human. In Chinese, based on 天时地利人和. What is the best available way of tapping the qi so that it can be supportive of what we are seeking as objective? In short, to be favorable. So it's the same way of saying, but in a different language. Because our environment affects the way we learn, affects the way we grow. And how to write on the environment in the current day context is what in the olden day the people said, how to tap onto the heaven, earth, and human qi so as to make smooth, cut short, reduce the resources, make favorable of our learning journey. All right, so it is the same but different, but same thing. Okay, so now as you can see, while kids, children, our kids, or while we are young as kids, we always need to go to school to learn. And some students are like naturally talented. Some are like you whack and you drill, nothing goes in. You belong to which group? The one that you once you see, you know, you understand, the A group, or you belong to the you read and you memorize by heart and nothing goes in. You belong to the B group. You belong to the A or the B? Just type down now. You belong to the A or the B. More to the A or more to the B lah, put it this way. Because some people really are like talented kids. Okay, this picture are my two kids. You ask them to study. It's really like pushing a bull to the other side of the hill. Okay, and then you know what I did? I try to influence them to study by, okay, while you study, enjoy yourself. So then they say, Daddy, Mommy, I want to be with you all. Okay lah. So while we are in the living room, I let them study. So instead of going to the study table, they just lie on the floor like that and study. Then after that, they are like not paying attention. Then I try to give them some incentive. I put a bowl of Doritos, the chips in front. Oh, after that they eat and they do and they eat and they do and they do it very fast. So sometimes by character, we need to hang some carrot or sticks, okay, whatever it is, to in order to do it the way so as to push them forward to study. So if you are someone who are good in learnings, in your academics, then it must be something that you are doing right. It can be a character thing. Maybe some people have good memories. Maybe some people put in more effort in their studies so that they are progressing better, more self-motivating to learn. And some people are less distractive. When they learn, they are very focused. And some kids, they like to study in a study group. That means they do not like to study alone, but with friends. That's very normal. I recall I got a friend during my university days. I got a friend, and you know what? He when we are writing notes on the foolscap paper, which there are lines, right, on a normal A4 foolscap paper, you know what normal people will just write a sentence in a single line. This friend of mine, he can write 3 lines in a single line, and he squeezed everything together. End of the day, nobody dare to borrow notes from him because nobody understands. During the exam time, he during the normal time, he was playing the Romance of the Three Kingdom and kind of games. Yeah, those games, computer games. And during exam time, he's still playing computer games until probably 4 days before the examination. Then he start to study. And you know what? He got a first class honor. Amazing, huh? So, and the most ironical part is this friend of mine, he's a very nice guy. That time, we call him Agong. And Agong basically means like, in a fun way, right? You're saying not so clever person, like it means, but then he is one of the smartest in the whole group, in our whole group. So these people are like that with good character fundamentals. They don't need to learn much, and they are able to score with distinctions. Well, this is called character. Good, okay. No argument. Do you have this kind of friends around where they don't spend time studying, but when they study, they make it very short and sweet? After a while, they score super distinction. Do you have this kind of friends? Type a yes if you have. me and my wife knows him. So I like, wow, salute. Okay, these are my character, okay, that they can make it. Another group of people, they are like that. If you like the things you are learning, it's easy to learn. If you do not like the stuff that the subjects, for example, then too bad. Okay, my son, the one on the left hand side, Lucas, he has this thing with the Chinese language. He doesn't like Chinese. Literally every year, the Chinese are always like borderline. There's one time where after the mid-year examination, he came back home. He don't dare to tell me. He go and tell the mummy, my wife, "Mummy, I got a good news today." And then my wife was very happy. "Yes, what's the good news from the school?" Uh, I passed the Chinese. Wow! By 1 mark. I passed the Chinese by 1 mark. And he was very happy. Then my mom was like, my wife was like, okay. So, you see, because his Chinese really cannot make it. And until last year, where he went through, in every primary school in this Singapore, we got this thing called the Primary School Living Examination, something like that, PSLE. It's a very big thing for the primary students. So every primary 6 students will need to take this exam to proceed to we call it the secondary schools in Singapore. And in the prelim, he feared Chinese. He fears Chinese. He totally hates Chinese. And there's no way he can kick the bucket. So I got no choice but to look at his chart and to do some out of the norm stuff to make him catch up. And prelim exam to the PSLE exam at the end of the year, I think it's just a gap of 3 weeks around there. And in the 3 weeks time, from a feared Chinese, I managed to push him and make him score a B, you know. He scored a B for the PSLE and he feared for the prelim. Wow, he's so happy. We also very surprised that he scores a B. I thought he's going to get a C or D, kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, but along the way, I did many things that is driving along the like or dislike, okay, and that fits his chart, okay. So that's how it works. So this is the second group of people. Some of them, they like what they do better. They dislike what they do, then we try to carrot stick around and make it work so that they manage to pass their examinations. The third type of people are this. Well, whether the method they study good or not good, whether adults or children, if they have proven track records, that means the method is workable, then we don't care. Right? That's like my friend who play computer games and he can score distinction. If you don't play, maybe his score will not be that good. I will assume. Okay, so sometimes this kind of track records we can, and if the person is doing what the chart also says in sync, many times that means they are doing the right stuff, okay, and which is in sync to their, we call it what, the life chart. Not that the life chart controls them, but somehow things just gel together. So for example, some possibilities are like if you have a quality in budget context, let's say if you have a very quality resource structure which are good, especially at the early part of your life, that's good. Or some friends who you think you have a wood element which are favorable and good enough, sometimes it helps in your learning journey, in your chart, okay. Some people actually look for this the favorable direct resource or the indirect resource that can help you in grasping and observing and your analytical ability to learn and to contain and to make it good in your early part in life. Some cases are you have very good rooted elements at the year or the month pillar. Then for a kid, is good in terms of able to do the right thing that rides on that rooted elemental behavior or approach that drives them to better results. So this is from a budget perspective. And there are many ways where we see how this can be useful. Sometimes we look at I look at my kid's chart and I go the other way around and apply a method that sits right with him, or at least got a more effective result oriented manner and approach. Because his earth element is pretty strong, so I use a lot of the favorable fire and a wood approach in order to counter. From a feared prelim result in Chinese, within a month he can score a B for the PSLE, you know. So something is workable because I write in his chart. Well, if you look at from a 紫微斗数, have you heard of the purple astrology, or somebody call it emperor astrology or the imperial astrology, or I call it the 紫微 astrology Have you heard it before? Have heard of it before? Type a yes. If you've not heard of it before, type a no. Purple astrology, 紫微 astrology, 紫微斗数, or what, emperor astrology. But in Chinese, the official name is 紫微斗数. Heard it before? Sharon have heard it before. What about the rest? Hey, the rest, you're very quiet today, leh. Oh, Sai Khan, yes. Who else? Dimitra, yes. Lily, no. To me, okay, 八字 got 8 characters. And with the 8 characters, it probably can have more than 23 million permutations. 紫微斗数 itself got 12 palaces and 121 stars. And I think 5 to 6 layers of reading. And so it can be very detailed. Many stars, lesser permutation. 八字, very few stars, many permutation. So you ask me which is more easier to learn. Technically, it is really 紫微斗数. But which requires more detailed information, how to really dive in and see issues, also 紫微斗数. Okay, in 紫微斗数, for friends who know 紫微斗数, we look at what for a good literal or learning, people with better brains. Usually there are many ways. One of the way we look for is called the 文昌文曲, the literal arts 文曲 and the 文昌 literal. Okay, I call it the literal and the eloquent style, okay, in my chart. So 文昌文曲, if it's in your life chart, or these 2 stars are at the right constellation, or they are opposite your palace, or they are flanking beside left and right to you, it is a very supportive indication that this person can be pretty smart. Okay, so usually we like this kind of stars. Okay, in olden days, it means that it's just like the direct and the indirect resource. Okay, 文昌文曲. Sometimes we also in the 紫微斗数, whether the kid are good or their studies, are they able to pursue in a path that are going to be reputable, famous, able to bring glory. In the olden days, in 紫微斗数, there's this thing called the 4 enhancers. The 4 enhancers. In Chinese, you call it 化禄, 化权, 化科, 化忌. 禄权科技. English terms, the flow enhancer, the power enhancer, the fame enhancer, and the sha enhancer, or the negative enhancer. When you have a fame enhancer in the constellation in 紫微 astrology, it is very supportive of you are recognized for what you know, and fame and reputation comes along. That means good learning lah, good reputation lah. Okay. Sometimes we also look for stars which have very good parent support, so that this kid will not grow up without parents' attention and become what you call that, social parasite. These people, teenagers who go out and create troubles. Okay. So with good parent support, it gives you very good fundamentals for growth, for education, for family values and inculcation. Or good friends support, or even a good learning stars, usually from between the age of 5 to 20. This early stage of the life are very determinant over your mindset, your values, your belief system. So with all this, either one of these, it shows that you are usually a good learner. Okay, so I have one of these. Okay, so I'm happy. But anyway, so that is for 紫微斗数. Now you understand? It is really, actually I love 紫微斗数 more than 八字personally, because it gives you so many different ways of looking at a person, the mindset. There are 12 palaces in 紫微斗数. The self palace, the siblings palace, the spouse palace, the children palace, the wealth palace, the health palace, the travel palace, the friends palace, the what else? The career palace, the thinking domain palace, the property or asset palace, and the parents palace. Huh? So there are 12. So it's really cool. Okay, if there's a chance, go for one read or go to learn Zhiwei Doshu. Alright. Okay, so anyway, come back. So this was be supportive, and if you're doing what your chart says, then you're in alignment. In alignment means smoother journey. When we say smoother journey, it is like saying you are swimming in according to the current. So if you're swimming in according to the current, you can go faster. But if you're swimming against the current, it's going to be way more tiring and way more hectic. So we are trying to find ways what the chart says that aligns to your goal, and do it that way. You're swimming along with the current, not against, and that makes your journey faster. You still need to put in your effort, but you're gonna be you still need to learn what you need to learn, but it's going to be a smoother journey. All right, lesser wear and tear, I call it. All right, so this is what we meant by track records. That's according to life chart. Well, some people are already doing right without people even telling them. Hence, I call them got good karma. They are just happens to do it the right way that fits their belief system. That is what the chart says. Good lah. But a large majority might need some pointers and advice on what needs to be done. That is probably sits right with their belief system, and also sits right with the birth chart, and so as to move things faster. Don't you agree? That's why we are talking about Chinese metaphysics in that manner, not the mumbo jumbo superstitious kind of approach, but rather what that sits right with the belief system and sits right with the chart, and then find a way out that gels, that leads them shorter route to their journey. So far with me? If you're with me, type a yes, sir. I know that you're following through. Okay. Well, for those friends who are belonging to the larger majority, then we need to go into this group called either learn the upstairs, do it right, or we reinforce the chi, or both together. Okay. Usually we need the top three while reinforcing. If all the above are not strong for you or for your kid, you need remedy. It's as simple as that. Go and find what to be fixed for the above. That will be priority. Some people, some users other methods to reinforce. For example, in your life, you still have your 3 meals a day. You have your 3 meals a day. But to some people, you still go and purchase supplements. Who are the friends out here who take supplements? Start me here. Okay. I also need supplement. Give me some love and light, please. Give me some love and light. Okay, anyway. Who takes supplements down here? Tap me. It's very normal to take supplement, okay? But who takes supplement? Because you see, if you are taking supplements, they cannot take over your main intake, right? They are meant to be supplements. You still have your main dish to eat for your meals. So it functions like a calibrator, a booster, a supporter, a refiner to those that is main. Okay, so same thing. When we say reinforcing the chi, it is really also functions like a supplement to push it up. You still need the main stuff out there to make it better. Some people, that's why some people refer to chi just like supplement. It helps. Some people hope that it can do miracles. Well, we still need to be practical. All right. So I call this the chi tapping. The chi tapping where if you want to tap a chi, usually in life there are 2 ways. Number 1, you learn it properly from a professional. Not I learn a bit here, I learn a bit free lesson there, I read a few page of books and combine, it become my rojak. Rojak means a mixed dish, okay? Voila! Okay, no. First, to get it properly out, if you're serious enough, you should learn it properly from somebody professional. in order to tap the chi, whether it's a life chart reading, a feng shui reading, or a time reading kind of stuff, or you seek professional advice. Two ways. All right. So, and if you're not professionally trained, then you most probably you will be stick to general approach. Don't you agree? If you are not to the line of professional train and applied it, then usually whatever tips that you hear, you can try. That's more on the general level, because general means general lah. Okay, okay, so now I will talk about. I will give you some information on how you can reinforce your chi later. I'll give you a good date and time to activate. Okay, so stay tuned to the end. Okay, and if you are dropping out now, or you got things to work, and you miss out, then weigh your priority. Okay, all right. So now let's come back. I will share that later lah. Okay, so the good day and time to activate your learning academic chi. Okay, so you see, when we talk about learning, it is all about a growth. Growth means what? From a seed to a sprout, a sprout to a stalk of leaf, a stalk of leaf to a small plant, it grow. Okay, so this is called growing. Even in I Ching, right? After the first hexagram, heaven hexagram, the second hexagram is called the earth hexagram. The third hexagram is what? Do you know that? The third hexagram is actually called the sprouting hexagram. 水雷尊卦, 水雷尊, and it means what? Water kan on top, thunder zhen below. And zhen is actually a wood element. Wood element needing to face water up on top of the trigram. And water symbolizes what? Symbolizes unknown territory, symbolizes changes, symbolizes challenges, symbolizes danger, symbolizing risks. So, for growth to take place, you have to venture into something like that. Challenges, risks, obstacles, unknown, changes. So that you're able to learn, to expose, and to grow. So even in I Ching, when you talk about growth, it's still the wood element below that needs to start. After the Qian and the Kun, the trigram that plays a key role is the Zhen Gua, which takes action to grow, which is called the Shui Lei Zun. Okay, so now, so when we talk about growing, to learn, to acquire a skill, you see, everyone, whether you talk about you want happiness, you want money, you want wealth, you want whatever you think in life, the first thing you need to know is to understand the knowledge needed and to acquire it and to gain enough experience before you can even get what you want in life. Agree? This is part of life lah. Okay? So you need that. You can't run away from that fact. You need to acquire the knowledge needed for you to get what you want in life. Alright? Even if you want to depend on that guy or that lady to help you getting what you want, you also need to learn how to deal with that guy or the lady. Correct or not? So learning is needed. Knowledge is needed that helps in the direction that you want, then it will be supportive. So that's why it's called wood element is very closely related to this thing called the growth sector. The growth sector. And in the Feng Shui context, these two sectors are usually very related to wood or growth. Okay, the east sector and the southeast sector. All right, the east sector and the southeast sector. So these two sectors are usually correlated to wood, which also means learning, connecting, growing, and acquiring knowledge, taking actions, which are all growing. Okay, so now, are you familiar with the east side known as wood and the southeast side is also the wood, the Zhen Gua and the Xin Gua? Are you familiar with this? Type a yes if you are, type a no if you are not. type a yes if you are, type a no if you are not, so that I know whether I need to stick to some fundamentals, or I can go into the more deeper part of the whole deal. You all know now, east and southeast is actually called the wood sectors. Margaret, yes. Thanks for your reply, Margaret. Okay, the rest today all very shy. Okay. Okay, at least you'll start to learn something. So the east and the southeast, okay, so it's a mix of yes and no. Okay, so Dimitra, no. Camellia, yes. Chua, no. Okay, so now when we talk about the wood sector, it is usually the Zhen Gua, Xin Gua, or respectively the east, the southeast. Okay, well, so for academics, there are many ways to look at stuff. The more easier way is to look at the east and the southeast sector. Okay, so now the real deal comes. That is, if you can look at your house, the house where you stay, okay, not the house that you bought but you rent out. No, the house that you stay. Look at the house that you stay. Usually we look for outside, because you outside will tells you. I call it the rule of 60 lah. Okay, the rule of 60. That is, outside are very determinant to tell us whether that sector is strong or not. Then we look at the inside house to see whether we can ride on it if it is strong, or need to complement it, supplement it if it is weak sector. That's how Feng Shui in general works. So for example, it is just like this. When I am very muscular, very strong, and I go and whack a person that's more skinny and more weak than me, of course my chance of overcoming him is higher. But when I am very strong, but I got this 200-pound guy in front of me that is muscular, a WWF wrestler, I think I got no chance at all. He'll just whack me and I'll just fly off. Because compared to the first guy, I'm strong. I can counter. I can pin him down. But for a guy that's bigger than me, I'm, in comparative speaking, I am weak. I cannot counter. I need to reinforce myself or defend myself. Same for Feng Shui. When your external factors are supportive and strong, it is good for the house. That sector, there are 8 sectors, okay? North, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Of these 8 sectors, we need to see each of the sectors, whether they are good, not good, strong, or superb, or weak. And if it is strong, favorable, with many good features, then that sector is strong. Then inside the house, actually, we can use it for many purposes, even for wealth purpose. But if the outside criteria are weak, unfavorable, is not strong, or not strong lah, then inside we cannot be too gung-ho and want to exhaust it further, but rather supplement it, protect it, defend it, reinforce it. This is a secret. Okay. So would you like to know more about Feng Shui? It is really one of the things which a lot of people have this misconception, and they always find, in the house, or where are my wealth spot, where are my lucky spot, where are my gung-ho spot, where are my favorable direction, without even looking outside. And they are diving to bang the wall. Because if the sector externally is weak, internally is still to tap it in the wrong way, you are sucking it dry faster. And you're going to make it drain off faster, and you're going to be into more problems. So to all my friends, if you engage anybody to do Feng Shui for you, and the first thing they do is to enter your house and look at the luo pan and tell you this and this and this and this, I think you have to be a bit more careful, or wary, or alert mode, because usually we need to see the external, then the internal. Cannot be straight away to internal and tell you what to do, when even what they say can be correct. It's just like going to see a doctor. When you go to see a doctor, you enter, hey, hi doctor, then doctor say, yes, what can I do for you? You cannot be saying you guess. If you are correct, then you can diagnose me. You don't say this kind of thing to a doctor, right? Doctor ask you what's wrong, then say, oh doctor, I got stomach ache. Then doctor say, oh, how long was it, has it been, you travel overseas? Then all the questions will come in and you answer accordingly. Then once he knows what you went through externally, then he probably can figure out what went wrong internally. Then he can prescribe medication. It's the same way, ma. You don't, doctor don't see you and bingo, I think you got this problem. No. Okay, so be smart, huh? Any feng shui assessment audit starts with external. External means outside the house. Okay, so you have to be you have to know that, okay. So if even you don't ask him, hey, will you be seeing my outside, don't ask him, just observe the way you do. If nobody sees outside and goes straight to the house, worse still, and immediately within that 2 minutes take out the low pan, I think you better okay. Alert mode. Okay, so now looking at your house, the one that you are staying, so far useful or not? Useful or not? If useful, then give me some love and like, okay? Or ask question if you want, alright? Okay, now I'm going to teach you some skill. Do you want to learn some skill, right? So do it for yourself. You want to see your east and your southeast sector. If your east sector, let's say this one, if your east sector, it will be weakened. That means further put down, suck dry, weaken when your east sector is actually a missing corner. Okay, the learning aura, learning chi will be negated. I'm not saying zero lah, negated. Okay, so you got a missing corner, ouch. And if the external means outside the house, if your east sector, you got a school, okay. See any watch party? You got a school outside. You got a school, meaning those primary school, university, educational center. Link it to watch party. Or yeah. So temple, church, mosque. Not that they are bad, no, but being in the direction means it is not suitable for the east sector. Okay, so if you have a school, temple, church, mosque, well, including hospital, any hospice, care center, or when the east sector is a slope down, okay, then there is a negating factor. Okay, I say again, not that the school curse you or the temple is bad, it's just that it is not suitable and supportive for a learning chi for the house, or it weakens. Okay, so these are all the criteria that you need to look outside the house. So normally you look within I would say within a 1 kilometer radius will be good enough. Okay, 1 kilometer radius. Okay, so and when you have this kind of feature, the bigger of this, the more it negates. Okay, so you got small care center. Okay, if you got the whole sector of the east outside your house, which is just a stone throw away, and it's a school, then you got a very negated east chi. Okay, one more point is this: whether the east direction, whether there's a window or it's a dead wall, I don't care, but outside your unit, assuming there's a window, is this going to be a unblocked view for 200 meters? Unblocked view for 200 meters is good enough. If you are literally like straight away blocked by a building that is just 50 meters away, that's also going to be negating. If you have this at the east side, all right, east side, outside, east side, from the center of your house, from the center of your house looking out east. So then if you have this, then it will negate, weaken. I did say you become now on the chi. No, I say weaken. Okay. Okay. So same for the east is the same for the southeast. It is the same for the east and the southeast. Okay. So for east and for southeast, for east and for southeast, when you realize that you have these kind of features, then you are in for a negation. No? Negation means weaken. Okay, so east and southeast, okay, weaken. So now, if how about strengthening? Strengthening means what? It means that you got a east or a southeast sector of your house that have this feature: no missing corner. No missing corner means no missing corner. Okay, very easy to mean. No, you should know what's the meaning of missing corners, right? So if your main door, okay, main door is at the east or the southeast, okay, then it is a good sign. Okay, it's a good sign to say at least one of your kids are in terms of their academics, learning and growth, it is supported, it is good. Okay, so external environment we usually for reinforce or preferred if there is an exercise area, maybe a some exercise spot right at the void deck or downstairs or in the east direction or at the southeast direction, or there's a stadium meaning those for jogging, running, athletic schools, event stadium. Okay, if you have a pool or a reservoir, it is good. Okay, a pool or a reservoir, it is good. And when we say pool or reservoir, it means there must be water features. Don't care it's man-made or nature lah. Okay, nowadays it's hard to find nature lah. Okay, once you got water feature, I mean just pool or reservoir lah, not you dig a hole and like that. Okay, so at the same time, if you have a shopping complex, a mall, a shopping mall at the east or southeast is good. Construction is good. Okay, construction, that means they are digging, they're trying to build something out from that area. Construction is good. Or slope up. If just now when the views are blocked 200 within 200 meters is blocked view, whether you got window or no window is blocked, it means there's a building, there are bush, trees, buildings, and it's blocked view, it's not good. But if it's unblocked view for 200 meters at least, it's more preferred. So far you understand? Well, these are all very easy to apply and for you to see at your house, to see whether you have these kind of features. If you have, then it is more supportive of, if you need a learning chi and you have this, it's more supportive. If you are not good in your results, whether your academic pursuits, your research, your analysis, or your kids or your family members, and you still having a weakened chi, which are the slide which I've just covered, then you are going to be put down further. Okay, so far are you learning something? Type a yes if you are learning something. Okay, so now you're very quiet today. So give some response, or yes, or okay, or what, or am I not seeing, or what? Let me see my yeah lah, mine is moving there. Yeah, okay. So Margaret Wong, you say school, yeah, school at here, this sector is not good. Okay. All right, so now, so preferred, this is what is preferred. Okay, so if you have this, you add points, then your east sector and your southeast sectors are reinforced, then it will be more supportive. So if you're finding a house and education, academics pursuit, academics objective are very important for family members, then you better find a house that is at least somewhere like that. This slide. Okay, so now where am I? Okay, any question you ask? Today I think I end early. Okay, so okay, let's say for example, this case, what is at the southeast? It's a big school, right? It's a big school with a big football field. Okay, but it's still a school. Okay, it's still a school. So if you look at the southeast, if you or your kids, the fundamental, the chart says good for learning, then this kind of situation where you got a school at southeast, you can still take it. But if the chart fundamentals are weak or far from ideal, and you are still staying in that unit at the blue dot, where your southeast you got a big school that covers literally the whole of southeast, then it's going to be weakened further. Okay, it's going to be weakened further. Okay, so Camellia will ask if you got empty land is okay, right? But empty land flat one is okay. Slope up is good. Slope down, okay. Right. So for this case, so your fundamentals weak. Seeing southeast with school is going to be further weakened. So it's going to be less supportive of your ability to really learn, understand, research, and also it bring other problems also potentially. The one with the weakest chart in the house will get it usually first. So another example is this, where you see this unit at the east side, there's a park. There's a park where it have a lot of the exercise facilities for people. Okay, whether for young or for the old, there are a lot of exercising facilities. But is this considered good or not good? You tell me. You tell me. That unit at the blue dot. That unit at the blue dot. Okay? And then at the east side got a park and got exercising facility. Do you take it as a good or not good? Just type it down now. I want to drink water. Good or not good? Any guess? You can guess. So Augustine said open area, good. Margaret said good. What about the rest? Good try. Thanks for the answers. What about the rest? Do you think it's good? The best way to learn is to try and make mistakes, or try and attempt it. Or else it's all just in the mind. I bet if everything's in the mind, after 2 days, 50% will just be oozing off. What about the rest? Do you think this is a good unit or a bad or a weakened east or a reinforced east? Good or not good? Any more answers? Tang says it's good. Actually, if you see clearly, okay, Chua says it's weak. If you see clearly with the east side, you see there's an area where people go for athletic, park, exercise. It's technically good. There's a but. Do you recall I said that the view is unblocked? The view is unblocked. For this case, at that unit at the blue dot, do you see a line, a slope line down there? That's just beside the letter E that indicate east. That line is the same corridor out of that unit, and that line is a blocked view. It's a blocked. So as I said, a block that's within 200 meters, it will weaken. So whatever good supportive features outside the house from the park, it will be weakened by the block. It's literally a block, right? Correct or not? Okay. So because like example, there's a hole, there's a window, there's a balcony, you stick out, you can't see the east because it is blocked. Okay. So for this case, it is weakened. Okay, it's weakened. But if your unit is not at the blue dot there, but at this place, this dot, then it is good. So there is a difference of which side of the corridors or apartment are you at. Okay, so let's put it, the east is still good but reduced because of the blocked. Then if you compare these two apple to apple, this is a better choice for the east chi. Then compared to this one. Now you got it. If you got it, type OK. It's important to know, because don't just see bloody, oh, outside, the corridor is also outside your house, but correct. Okay, so this is important to know. Okay, so this weakened. Okay, this one good. Okay, because you can see literally the east, a block view 200 meters, the park is there. It's called good. Okay, so now, so if you are into the one to find a house, or to see whether your house is supportive of learning or not, or you want to decide whether you should reinforce it internally by looking at the external or not, these are some of the ways. Okay, let's say for example, in this case, is the hospital good or not good for the east? Type a good or not good lah. Is the hospital good or not good? There's a Changi General Hospital down there, right? And the east is right on top of me here. This is the southeast. This is the southeast, yes. So is the hospital good or not good? Come, type. Dimitra says tragedy. Aggie says not good. Okay. What about the rest? Come on, let's have some participate and while you learn. Puvan says not good. What about the rest? Hospital. Is it good or not good for the east? Okay, Margaret says bad. Okay, recall what I've said. The east side, the chi will be weakened if you see a hospital. But now this case, the east is here. Hospital is at the west. So the hospital has no effect to the east sector because the hospital is at the west. So okay, you see, don't every time see a hospital around the house, oh, it's a bad thing. You curse me. No. Hospital is innocent. Okay, hospital is meant to save people, to help people. Okay, but the key fact is now the hospital is not at the east, then it is not having any functional role of pulling the east up or down. Okay, so hospital has no effect on the east sector. Okay, very clear. Don't come back and say Marcus say hospital is nearby, hospital is bad. No, I didn't say that. Okay, please do not have any hearing problem. Important thing must say again. I didn't say hospital around your house means bad. I didn't say that. I only say when hospital is at the east side outside your house, then it has a negating effect. Okay, 靠仔 got it. Okay, so now, but I did say east side, if you have what is this? A school. East, there is a school. So for east, when there's a school at the east, then it does have a negating factor. So the east, the score has been put down because of the school at the east of the unit, the blue dot. Now you got it? Okay, yes, Aggie. Only east and southeast, you got a hospital, you got a school, then it negates. Okay, don't go and scold the hospital if it's at the other area. Okay, other area can be good or bad. Okay, but we are talking about academics, learning, growing for today. Okay, so right, so for this case, yes, the school is the culprit that pulls the east chi down. That means it weakens it. The hospital didn't pull it down, the school does. Okay, so now let's say for example this unit, so to this house, is the school good or not good? Type down. To this house, is the school supportive of the east and the southeast chi? Yes or no? To this unit, the one at the blue dot, is the school good or bad for this unit? No, technically it's no. Okay, for the east and the southeast. But What about this unit? Okay, then for that unit, the school is out of the east and the southeast zone. You see, the southeast is here, leh. So this is the south, leh. So for this case, that unit, the school is okay. All right. So don't go and curse the school. It's all about the positioning of your unit and outside that determines which sector are reinforced, which sector are put down. Then you know what to do internally in the house accordingly. That's how Feng Shui are done. Okay, looking at external and see what to do with internal, and then also reinforcing the internal. Where are the good spots to charge up? Okay. So now, don't curse the school, don't curse the church, don't curse the temple, don't curse the mosque, don't curse the hospital, please. It is the reference point of your house versus where they are outside the house. Okay, I said it like a broken record already, So for this case, actually, for this case, that unit, the blue dot, this unit, the school is good. In fact, the school is very supportive of love and bonding, of relationships and affections, of people who are in the line of brand and publicity. Okay, in future when we got a chance to dive in deeper, we will go in deeper. Okay, so that means to say what, if you are just if you are in the line of academic research, you're in the line of education industry, teaching other people, you're in the line where you focus a lot on your kids' academics, you are one of those friends who are very worried over the results of your children, whether primary, secondary, high school, tertiary, university, then the house before that, it is nah. Okay, this one still better. And that also ends up one thing, that is this, based on your external, what to reinforce internal. So when you're choosing a house, you have to watch out all these things, because shifting house is not like buying a phone. You want to change, then you change it. Okay, so you must know what to reinforce also. Okay, so now roughly you learn something. Okay, so now let's see. You want some more now? Come here, give me some love and light. Okay, your feedback is important to me. Your love and light. Okay? Because I totally cannot see some of the things going on here. Okay, some of my chat a bit screwed. Okay. So now, the only thing absolute in this world is this. The only thing absolute in this world is this. Since you're born, you will die someday. That's absolute, a truth. Beyond that, anything can change. Agree? So why am I saying at this point? It is just like saying this. When you were young, your teacher says, Marcus, your result not good. You have to study very hard. Study hard, and you will have a bright future. All right? Is it very true, or not so true, or totally not correct? Tell me your comments. Do you agree with that? Totally agree, half agree, or totally disagree? Marcus, you have to study very hard. Study hard, and you have a bright future when you grow up. Do you agree, half agree, or totally disagree? Just tap down now. It's important, alright, because not so wrong, but not totally correct also, right? There are many more other factors to look into. Same thing. So in the school of metaphysics, you don't ask for guarantee. Wow, so if I got a part, guarantee is good. There's no absolute, because in life, just like when we grow up and work our way to success, there are many factors based on your choices external situations, market situations, political situations, company situations, and many, many factors. But it all needs, everyone will plays a part in deciding and swaying you off or sticking you on the path. So there's no absolute thing in this world. So that's why I keep using the word reinforce. But if you're one of those friends that say, oh, is good means confirm good, die, I must find what is. It means that you gain one good point. If you got the east or southeast, that's good. But it is not the one and only so absolute truth. Okay, so bear that in mind. So when you're studying Chinese metaphysics, don't be so anal and you just see one point and you make it so big that that's the one and only. No, okay. So now, if you ask, is then the east and the southeast, what are their differences? If you ask good in what kind of learning, okay, if you ask me what are their difference in terms of the academic or growth or learning, the east side having more favorable features, it is better to learn through taking actions, better to learn and experience, and through that physical experience you gain the knowledge, you gain the skill. It's just like you want to read and memorize a recipe to master a dish, or you want to fry and try a few times to master a dish. It's the same logic. So by doing something and make the experience sit right with you, then a east good will be supportive of that cause. If you say another advantage for a east that is good is more able to help you overcome fear. Overcome the fear by taking the first step, overcome the fear by action taking. Then the east will be supportive of that. That means you have to take some actions, take some movements, sweat a bit like a pig, use a kinetics learning, you see, you hear while you do. Then east will be supportive of that. Okay, so what about the southeast? The southeast is when it is reinforced externally or good supporting features externally, then it is more supportive of that family members or you or your children to learn through expanding, polishing, reinforcing the mental capacity, the mind power to remember, the mind power to think clearly, the mind power for clarity, the mind power for analysis, the mind power for research, and how to go deep into subject matters so as to get the essence of what you're learning. Okay? So now you know the difference between East being good and the West being good. So far, are you all learning something? Type a yes if you are. Okay? Okay? Don't be like good, everything good, then good can already. That's called feeling good. Okay? Feeling good can only bring you that far, right? So you must know why you are in. Okay? So if you have issues regarding gaining clarity, then the Southeast good will be more useful, or reinforcing Southeast will be better. If you have issues because you're always procrastinating, you always are fearful, you don't dare to take the first step, you lack the courage, you lack the physical experience to learn something, you are very lethargic, then you better go and reinforce your East. Okay, all right, come give me some love and like. Okay, so so far you're learning something or not? Okay, good. All right. So now you see, all these are the 101s where we talk about academic learning, because if you don't learn the right thing, you cannot get the thing that you want. Knowledge is power. Knowledge gives you direction, and good knowledge gives you mastery that can gain you yourself authority in the market. All right. Okay, so there are many different levels where if you are serious in seeking professional advice on reinforcing, there are many ways to consider. In the world of Chinese metaphysics, to me, is always practical first, then metaphysics. Practical first, then metaphysics. I got a friend, who have found a new job previously. Then he have told the boss, boss, I'm going to start work on the example on the 15th of March. He told the hirer, his new boss, he has yet to start work. I think that time is in February. I'm going to start on the 15th of March. Oh, okay. Then after that, I held this class, and then I actually tell them these are the good days. Then he saw that, oh, 15th of March to me is a bad date. Then he didn't tell me anything. He go and call the hiring company. Hey, 15, I cannot start on that date. I cannot start on other date. Then that ends up the other party, the hiring company, all like a question mark. Hey, this guy can trust or not? Initially he said 15, you can start. Now he say 15, you cannot start. What the, you know? Then after that, this friend told me, hey Marcus, I actually plan to start my new job on the 15th of March. Then I saw this date is not good, so I go and tell them I cannot start. Then I'm like, huh? And then I stop doing that. Now, please, now in this very minute, please call a company and say that you are able to overcome and resolve issues, and you want to keep to your words, and please start on the 15th. Call. I get him to call now. So he was a bit puzzled. So he listened to me. He called, and he told me, hey, they sound happy now. Like at least I'm not giving the extra work and trouble. Then I say, of course. Practical first, then metaphysics. You don't go and screw yourself up shooting at your own feet just because to follow a good date. Now, even that date is a bad day, there will still be stars around which are good that I'll tell you what to do to write on it. Because you've already nailed down promise, before you start work, you keep back your words. It's going to send different message to your boss. Don't do that. Practical first, then metaphysics. Same thing here. Okay, so I'm a very practical person. So when I apply at different level, different people will have different challenges, different priorities. So if you're looking for customized solutions, always go for one of the consideration is the 紫微斗数. Like academics, right? If you are very focused on your kids, how to deal with them, what are the ways that best fit them, what is the direction that they should probably be considering, what kind of courses to apply, what kind of approach for the education, what kind of things to look out for, so that whatever they're studying now are good, in line, in sync, so that they don't have to reset the counter. You can see it from a 紫微 chart, right? 紫微斗数. So if you're interested, do consider for a live reading. In the past, they call this the 帝王之学 or 帝王学, which means only the emperor and whoever that's specially approved by the emperor will have a chance to have the chart being read in the past one. So it's actually a very close school, not like the 八字 school. So 紫微斗数 says very precisely your health issues, the approach, what kind of career is the best for you, and what to watch out for in terms of with people, mindset, with your wife, with your parents, that kind of stuff. It is very clear. If you're interested, do consider us, okay, for a live chart reading. And the other aspect is actually on the phone numbers, where you yourself are stuck in the qi. So one of the ways to change the qi, well, you can do Feng Shui. Well, you can learn 八字. Well, one of the easiest way is mobile number change. So as to reset the qi and get one number that sits right with your birth chart. So the energy is in sync, and that number has also to be sitting right with your priorities. If you are wanting, number one priority, I want to progress in my business. Number two priority, I want to make enough wealth. You got no issues with your health, you got no issues with your wife, don't ask for a number that has the best supportive qi for health and for wife. Because the good is not your good, it is not good enough. The good is what you're looking for, is called a good number. Okay, if you're intending to go for a number change, consider. And some friends want to go for Feng Shui, okay. So the whole family benefits, know where to suck in the qi based on outside and what to do, then you can also consider. Okay, so these are some of the stuff where you can consider. Because end of the day, you want to buy a phone that you're not familiar with. Usually the first question you ask is not the price one. If the first question you ask is about the price, that's usually just curiosity. You're not serious enough. So if you ask, hey, what's so good about this phone? Does it have 500 gig? Is it a 5G or 4G? Because I want a 5G. Is the screen big enough? Because I don't want a 4-inch one. I want a 5.5-inch one. Then if you know what you're looking for, then you ask whether the phone can give you the value that you're looking for. then you're asking the right question. Don't you agree? Because if you ask the price first without knowing anything more, then you're going the wrong direction already. Because you see, in life, whether to know the sector is good or not good, you have a need. And you need to know whatever you're into, does it serve your need? And then you ask how much it is worth, then it makes more sense. And then you do your maths on the value that it can give, the worth versus the price you need to pay. Then you weigh and see whether is it the right deal for you or you just want to forget it. Okay, whether buying a phone, whether you are spending time on your network of people, whether you're buying a car, whether you're positioning for a stock, what to enter, or whether you're getting a job done for your for the work, it's all the same logic. So friends who are in the sales industry, you know what I'm talking about. If people ask nothing about your product and service first, and they don't know your value, but the first question they ask is about price, you know that they are not the right audience already. Correct? You know I'm talking. If you agree, type a yes. So always when you want to ask about these services, if you are living in a practical world, ask smart question. Okay, because by asking the smart question, you are likely to lead to a smart answer in the conversation. Agree? So I repeat, so you don't come and SMS me and say how much are these, then you ask the wrong question. Okay, you have to ask intelligent. All of you are intelligent people. Ask intelligent questions. Okay, ask questions like, I have this challenge at this stage in my life. I would like to know how 紫微斗数 or live reading or 八字 reading or Feng Shui or mobile number consult can help me. Then you're in the right direction. Okay, so now you know asking the right question is part of the growing and learning. So if you don't know what you want, I think it should be right to sort that out first before you ask about the price. Okay, so now, so far, any question? Okay, so let's ask smart question now. So now, okay, so if you're interested, just go and buzz us. Okay, buzz us. All right, this is the number to WhatsApp. Okay, so now I promise you all about this reinforcing the chi. Okay, do you all want to try to reinforce it? If you got a good fundamentals or if you got a good external, then reinforcing will be the booster. If you got a lousy fundamental, lousy character, lousy style, cannot memorize or whatever case, and your external is also not very supportive, then you might want to consider reinforcing the chi. Okay, so what to do? Are you ready? If you're ready, type a yes. I want to drink water. Okay. Ready. Okay, so there are many generic ways to reinforce though, okay? Many ways. Okay, one of it you can consider this. Okay, listen carefully. I'll speak slower. Okay, so now let's say if you have kids who are going through exam period, on the between the 10th of October to the 5th of December, usually at the year-end period, there are more examinations, especially those leaving school, leaving tertiary, leaving university kind of major examination, the final year examinations. Then this is good for you. Okay, if you or your family members have been facing challenges trying to learn something and never get kick-started, this is for you. If you have very important academic pursuits, maybe applying for scholarship, maybe trying to showcase in the company your subject know-how, maybe you're new in the company and you need to learn this one ASAP so as to be able to position quickly, blend into the new company, then this is for you. If you are one of those friends which are always being fearful and fearful one, trying to overcome courage issues, this is for you. Those which lacks courage and trying to gather enough dare factor to take the first step, this is for you. Those friends who want to gain clarity, knowing what they really want, this is for you. Okay, so for you or your family or your kids, okay, if you need to reinforce the learning or academic chi, okay, be practical with your wish, okay, be practical, okay. I've tried this many times and yeah, it works, okay. If especially the chi is at the east or southeast, the learning the wood chi is weakened, I think you better do this, okay. Practically ask for something. Okay, so yeah, okay, if your kids are having final year examination or your nieces or nephews or whoever, okay, or your boyfriend's niece or nephew, do this. Okay, so where am I? Okay, so if your southeast or your east are weak, consider to do this. Okay, now listen here. Number one, keep the east area or and the southeast area of the whole house, that area, at least make it neat. Neat, that means you don't stack until everywhere. Got plastic bags, got luggage. And when you walk at the east or the southeast, you need to make way and siam a bit and walk a bit. If that's the case, then you got a problem. Try to make it neat. Better still, spacious. Or declutter. Declutter doesn't mean you throw everything away. No, declutter doesn't mean throwing everything away. Decluttering means that whatever you need in your life, once a week, a few times a week, you keep it near to you. If you need that item once a month, you keep it further away from the important areas. If you need it half a year one time, you probably keep it in the storeroom. If you're not using the item for 2 years already, I think you better can throw it away. That means you never open it up and take a look. Maybe if you're keeping stuff for memory's sake, it cannot be taking 2 rooms for memory's sake, in terms of the space, correct or not? So those commonly used, keep it near. Those mid frequency in use, keep it moderate, maybe kitchen, maybe there, so that you keeping the expensive or common stuff near in your life. It is the same thing. You don't put a storeroom in the middle of Fifth Avenue, so expensive. You don't put a storeroom in the middle of Orchard Road, in the middle of KLCC, very expensive storeroom for storage. You use the expensive area for more important things. Okay, so that's what we mean by decluttering. Okay, important one near, less used one further. 2 years didn't open before, you can consider throwing away. All right, so if you can't do it at the house, do it at least your room. Okay, your room can be the hall or your study room or the workplace room. Okay, and I would suggest for this until the 5th of December, if you think you have a academic goal, at least, okay, also keep it decluttered. Keep it decluttered from the 220 to 300 degrees of that room, and also at the north of that room. I'm not saying not to put anything, no, okay, make it neat, okay, or spacious or decluttered, okay, east, southeast for the whole house, and also for the room 220 to 300 or the north and the north. And this is for until the period early December okay, and then you also can consider doing this water activation. Okay, water activation on the 26th of August. On the 26th of August, ask for clarity to know what you want. Ask for knowledge to break through from where you are now. Okay, the procedure to do this, listen carefully, okay, this is a water activation. The time to do this is from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, at where? East 2 of the house. East 2 of the house. It's stated very clearly. So don't ask me, Marcus, where is East 2? Go and find yourself. Okay, or where is it? East, East 1 and East 3 can or not? I say East 2. Okay, so do this. Okay, you put a container, empty one, and you put a pump inside. A pump costs very not that much, okay, and put the pump off, don't on the pump, off, okay. And then when then you put the container at where, at the east two of the house. Then you go to the toilet at that hour lah. You go to the toilet and you fill up buckets of water, and you go to the east one, east two, and you pour in the water and into the pier, which is already at east two. I'm not calling to fill up in the toilet and bring over. Pour it from empty and keep pouring until it is full at east two. 85% filled will be good enough. Okay, I will personally prefer at least a 1.5 feet, 1.5 feet in terms of the depth. Okay, and keep the top open. Okay, after you go to the toilet, fill a bucket, pour in, go to the toilet, fill a bucket and pour in. Apparently, if you're 85% filled, it's okay already. Then do this. You sit or you stand, I'm okay, at east two, back facing east two. Okay, and then what to do after standing there at east two, back facing east two? Be in a calm mode. Be in a calm mode for 2 to 3 minutes and relax. Don't need to chant, don't need to meditate. Just open your eyes, be at the present moment, and be aware of your thoughts. If you got problem with that, they can count 8 to 1 continuously until you feel good enough that you are calm and relaxed. Okay, so then you turn on the pump. After that, you articulate out your wish. Okay, and whatever that you are saying you want in terms of academic or learning or clarity or courage, feel what you are saying. Feel what you are saying. Don't just read through like reading a novel. No, read, say out, articulate out, say out that you can hear, and you feel what you say, and you mean what you say, and be sincere for yourself. Okay. After all, if you are just having fun saying that, then it will just be a fun chi coming to you. No lah, don't do that. Okay. Feel and mean what you say and be sincere, and articulate affirmatively of how you will do it after your wish. Oh, I want to seek more clarity in terms of which course to take for my next stage of study. I want to breakthrough in terms of this research work in my Chinese metaphysics, where I've spent 2 months and having no breakthrough. Okay. So after saying out your wishes, articulate affirmatively how you will do it. How you will do it. That is practical, and that you will take actions within the 1 month to support what you wish. Okay, and then after that, okay, then you can go back to your calm mode for that 1 minute again, and you end the whole thing by saying affirmatively the syllabus Om. Done deal. Okay, so let it be there, the water and the pump be there for 21 days. Okay, if I don't think your container will be totally evaporated because it's actually a 1.5 feet minimum. Okay, I've tried. Okay, so let it be there for 21 days. Okay, and you can do it at the big Tai Chi. Okay, I would prefer you to do it at the big Tai Chi of your house. If not, the small Tai Chi of the hall, or the small Tai Chi of the study room or the working room. Okay, don't ask whether bedroom can or not, toilet can or not. I say hall or working or study. Okay, okay. So so if you cannot do any of this, then you decide lah. Okay. So if you think you want to reinforce, this is one of the methods. On the 26th of August, 3 to 5 p.m. water activation at East 2. Remember, East 2. Okay. Alright. So I think my instruction has been pretty clear. Yes, empty. Yes, Ming An is here. Alright. Yes. place the empty bucket at East 2, then fill in the water by filling it the bucket up in the toilet, walk to East 2 and pour into the bucket at East 2. And when you're pouring into the bucket at East 2, your back, try to back face East 2 also. Okay? Alright. So far, any questions? Okay? So hope that this is useful. At least you learn something. You know how to do your own simple assessment of whether your east or your southeast are good or no good, and you also have a way to reinforce, especially for those parents who are very kanchiong, are very worried over their kids at the exam. Do you know actually that time when my kid Lucas, he failed Chinese for the prelim, right? And then my wife on the day of the Chinese examination, my wife said, call me, can you do the activation for your son? Huh? Then my wife asked me, do it for your son. Today is his Chinese exam, PSLE. Okay. So on the morning, me and my wife do it for our son. And he scored a B. Okay. So don't works or not, don't care. I got the result that I want, I'm happy. Okay. So now hope that this is useful for you. Okay, the activation. You need to have a pump. If you put stale water, you need to watch out for dengue and mosquito breeding. Okay, so watch out. Put a pump. The pump is very cheap only. Okay, you can buy it at less than $10. Okay, for a pump, and just put it below and then it run. All right. You need to pour in the water, then you on the pump. Okay, if you on the pump without water, the pump will get spoiled. All right. Okay, any question? How to find this? You like it? You love it? Give me some love and like. Okay. So any question? Any question? Okay. So any question? Come before I call it a day. Hope that you learn something. I enjoy sharing with you all. Okay. Maybe down the road, if there's a chance, if you think you want personalized consult, do consider. Down the road, I'll also be opening up my I Ching class, my practical art of divination. Okay, where there's a lot of fun questions coming out, especially on stocks and shares, on many things, finding stuff. I got a student in my class. I held the I Ching divination class for Saturday and Sunday. You know what happened? Then on Sunday, one of the students asked me, Marcus, can I use this skill for 4D? You know, 4D means the lottery. I said, can. And you know what? My class on Sunday ends around 6 plus or 7. And then at 7 or 7 plus, then that student who asked, he posted in our group, hey, I strike 4D with the method that you just teach us today. That means I'm still teaching on Sunday. He bought on Sunday the numbers to bet on, and he strike 4D on that very Sunday, using the art of divination. It can be that fun. Okay, I'm going to plan for a divination class in November. If you're interested, WhatsApp to us for more information. And okay, so anything to ask? Let me see. Any questions? Camellia? No. Okay, welcome, Camellia. Ming An. Okay, no questions. Raymond. Okay. Good. Okay, so hope to hear more good news from you. Breakthrough from where you are, and take steps, overcome your fear, and at the same time gain clarity and to achieve your financial, your academic learning mastery pursuits. All right, so this is Marcus from S Metaphysics. So in this time, stay safe still, and also take care, and do share and like and love, so I know that you like this kind of topic, then I can prepare more for you, and do stay safe. Okay, so see you. Oh, Bamboo Bum asked the question, is it beneficial to rooster person? That day, oh, by the way, that day is actually I think it's a horse day. Horse day. If it's a horse day, it clashes with the rat. If you ask me, you got a goal that's important, you are born the year of the rat, don't care, just go activate. But if you think you're so scared, that also says about your character. But if I were the born the year of the rat, I saw a horse, I will still do it. I don't care. Okay? Alright, okay. Thank you. Stay safe and do take care. See you. Bye bye.